66 cities in the United Kingdom, and my job is to go around each of the 66 cities in just 66 days and speak a little bit from each of the 66 books of the Bible. So I've been on the road now for 62 days. So I'm almost finished, but Norwich is the 62nd city. And I want to speak to you just for only 2.5 minutes now, because 30 seconds are gone. 2.5 minutes about the 62nd book of the Bible, which, believe it or not, is called 1 John. So if that's all right, don't throw any bananas or tomatoes at me. I'll be finished in a couple of 3 minutes, all right? That's good. Listen, it's written by the Apostle John. And the church has come to know John as the Apostle of Love, because he wrote an awful lot about love. But believe it or not, Jesus called him a son of thunder. In other words, he was a big brash fisherman. That's what he was. That was his job. Double-handed, two-fisted fisherman. And he had a tendency to let his mouth run away with him a little bit. So much so that Jesus, who loved him, actually called him and his brother James, believe it or not. James was his brother, called him a son of thunder. And yet he's the same fella that wrote this epistle, this letter. That's what an epistle is, a letter called 1 John. And guess what? Look at this. This is what he wrote about, believe it or not. What I'm holding in my hand here. It says, I'm writing to you all about the word of life which we've touched and handled, Jesus. So in other words, he says, I want you all to know that I got so close to Jesus that I touched and handled him. You know, at the Last Supper, you probably heard of the Last Supper and everything, when Jesus broke the bread and wine, John was so close to him that it was like this, like all you lot sat round here. But John was so close to him that he kind of leant across and said, you're all right, mate, to Jesus, like this, you see. He got so close to him, he touched and handled the word of God. Thanks, mate. And when Jesus rose from the dead, and he got the holes in his hands and his feet and his side, do you know what? He probably touched and handled the word of life there. And what he's saying is this, because I've only got 30 seconds left, so listen up. He says, Jesus is so real even today that you can touch and handle him and feel him so very close to you. That's my message for Norwich. Jesus really is alive. Jesus really can be experienced. Jesus can be so close to you, he can be more real than your friend sat next to you over soup and bread. And all you've got to do is cry out to him and say, help me. This man did that, he told me.
Yes.
He cried out to God to help him, and God helped him. Look at this woman here. This woman did that as well. She cried out to God so that God would help her, and he did. Look at those guys over there, that lovely woman, that funny white hat on and that. She cried out to God, and God helped him. Look at me. I was in the Royal Navy as a submariner, hundreds of feet underneath the ocean. I want to tell you, I cried out to God, and even there he helped me. So I know if he can help me in the Atlantic Ocean, hundreds of feet beneath the waves, he can help me here in Norwich, and he can help you. So my good friends who've listened to me, and I've had 30 seconds over, I want to recommend Jesus to you because he's somebody that's touchable, tasteable, someone close to you. God bless you, and thank you so much for listening. You've been so polite. Thank you very much.